Hi there, it's Bruce from FLIR. And today I'm excited to introduce Dr. Austin Richards, or as some of you may know him, Dr. Megavolt himself. Austin, tell us a little bit about the history of infrared imaging and thermal imaging.
The thermal infrared part of the spectrum was discovered in 1800 by Sir William Herschel. Thermal infrared is a part of the electromagnetic spectrum that is longer in wavelength than visible light.
So of course, it's been the military that's utilized this technology the most. But what about the everyman? You know, the guy in the street, why should he care about thermal imaging?
Because it gives you a superpower. It gives you the ability to see energy that's emitted from everything all the time. Things that are at ambient temperature, like your skin or your dog or a vehicle, actually emit infrared light. Thermal infrared light glows out of them. It comes off of them. So it's easy to use it to see in total darkness, for example.
Let's talk specifically about what it is that FLIRONE can do. We talk all the time about being able to see studs in walls or plumbing pipes, drain pipes in walls. How do we do that with thermal imaging?
Well, it's because those wires or those pipes are actually heating the wall surface. So the heat is being conducted through the sheetrock in a wall, for example, to the surface. If you have a hot water pipe that's running underneath the floor in your house, like you have radiant floor heating,
yeah.
You can see those pipes clear as day, because even if they're buried a couple inches under the concrete slab, there's enough heat coming up through the concrete to emit off the surface of the concrete.
And it allows us to create an image of that, to visualize that. Same thing with electrical current running through a wire, correct?
Definitely. For example, you can look at a circuit breaker panel and you can see which ones are energized. And you can even tell sometimes if a circuit has been overloaded, because the circuit breaker itself will get very warm.
So one of the things I want to talk about is MSX blending. Tell us a little bit how that works.
MSX takes a visible image at the same time as a thermal image, and then it superimposes the edges onto the thermal infrared image. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the sharp edge finding capability of your eye combined with thermal imaging information. The perfect example of this is a circuit breaker panel. Again, all the circuit breakers are usually numbered. You can actually read that in the MSX image and then see the hot breaker right next to it.
Thanks very much for your time. And remember, get out there and see the heat.
We'd love to know how you use your FLIRONE, so let us know through our social media channels.
FLIRONE. See the heat.